Hi, today I would like to give you our Japanese first reactions to one of the most controversial business person, the biggest influential business person in Japan, who was fired by the company as chairman of the company because of his scandal, the biggest scandal that he has been under suspicion of smuggling illegal drug. So I'm going to give you our Japanese first reactions by giving you the Japanese influencers' comments, opinions posted on the bulletin board discussing this interesting story. So here is the story. So his name is Tsuyoshi Ninami, 66 years old. So he was chairman of one of the biggest beverage, brewer, and food and drink company in Japan, which is Suntory. Suntory is one of the really giant major company. I think it is in terms of the business size, in terms of the social status, in terms of the recognition. Suntory is one of the biggest major representing Japan, the biggest company. So he was, after he had been the CEO of company, he has become chairman of the company. However, like about 1 month ago, he was fired by the company for his inappropriate scandal. It was a scandal. It all started from the scandal. It turned out to be that the police was investigating him, and still in the fact that he hasn't been arrested. So he was just he was under the investigation of the police. However, maybe the police investigation by the police must be not good for the company like Suntory. So immediately after the scandal revealed, the company dismissed him. So, and even though he excused, and he repeatedly has said that it was totally mistake, and it's a mistake, and he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do any illegal thing, and what he had was just a misunderstanding, misleading. And actually, his friends were arrested. His older friends, were arrested for smuggling the drug instead of him. So according to the people who are familiar with the incident, he himself asked his older friends, to bring back the illegal drug. So when I say illegal, maybe it's legal in other countries. However, it's illegal in Japan. So, and then he said it was a medicine for his sleeping disorder problem. So, and he asked his older friends to bring back to Japan. So, and then his friends were arrested. That's why he was under police investigation. And still, I believe he has still under the police investigation. So he was and he still has one of the most influential business leaders in Japan. So name recognition and face recognition. So and his achievements, like I said, and before Suntory, he was CEO of Lawson, the second largest convenience store in Japan, and he made the business so successful, and he could make the company V-shaped recovery. So his success story has been really widespread, and he has been regarded as one of the most successful business leader in Japan. So, however, it was all of a sudden, and from nowhere suddenly. So we were surprised to know that, he would step down from the position as the chairman of the Suntory. So that's the first reaction for us. However, after this incident, there has been many negative news we have seen. For example, today we have seen the story about him when he became CEO of Suntory. He asked, I don't know if this is true story or fake, and I don't know how extent it is true or not. So he asked the company to purchase the luxury condominiums in New York City, because it was 11 years ago, and at that time, the Suntory was about to purchase the beverage drinking alcohol company from the USA. So it was a big M&A deal. So that's why the company, he asked the company to purchase the condominium for him to use the place as the hub for him to have the a business discussion with the top management, with the team. They would have M&A deal. So, however, the company purchased the condominium. However, this condominium in New York, luxury condominium, was used only for him by private, and only he and his wife actually used the condominium. Even though it was purchased through the company's name, under the company, and still it has the owner is the company. But however, actually it was, we can imagine that this article said like the company was no choice to decline his offer. And so they purchased a luxury condominium. And it was not only his story, the negative story that we have. So another time we had a big sexual harassing scandal involving him and his co-workers at other states in the USA. So many people, we didn't know that he was some such kind of idiot or ridiculous, because everybody thought that he would be most successful and he would be most gentleman, and he would be very, very smart and the smartest guy in entire Japanese business world. However, after the incident, the illegal drug incident scandal, many negative news have been popping up from nowhere, and we have seen several negative news every day.